brought a lunch. I'd like to thank the Bear family for the opportunity and honor to say a few words about Shawn. I'd also like to thank LA County Fire Department, Local Union 1014, Class 112, and all other fire departments here today to make sure Shawn has a fitting farewell. My name is Mike Cisneros, and Shawn Bear is my friend. I met Shawn early in 2001. He was fresh out of the FSA Academy. He grabbed the empty locker next to mine, introduced himself, and a friendship began. Immediately, we knew he was squared away. He'd get there bright and early, ready to work. He knew his job. He quickly became Sawyer, and I his bucker. We worked as a team during many brush fires. He was a machine. He'd never tire out, or that I feel that he would ever cut me because he was too tired. His relentless work ethic earned him the crew leader spot. 2 years later, we were selected as recruits for Class 112. Rumor had it was the last class before the list expired, so we were both excited beyond belief. Bob Courier, Shawn, and myself were roommates during the tower. Shawn would have to play mediator and sometimes break up a few heated arguments that Bob and I would have, probably due to the Pomona heat and the stress of the tower. Shawn quickly again earned the respect of his peers, leading by example. Helping others who were struggling during our precious lunchtime. When things got tough, I leaned on him for support, as did many others. It's no wonder he was elected class valedictorian. About a year and a half later, after we came on, we were told, volunteer or get drafted to paramedic school. Here we go. So we decided to jump on the grenade and become medics. I tell you, Walt Bergman and I would have had a lot harder time if it wasn't for Shawn. Again, showing his leadership skills and qualities and just being a true friend, helping us out any way that he could. I was fortunate enough to have worked with Shawn as a squatty partner along with John Miner at Fire Station 36 under the command of Captain Sarge Coggins. Working with those two made those long, busy days seem short and even entertaining at times. Our friendship grew deeper, even though I left to 116s and he moved on to 21s. We still kept in touch and still hung out whenever we could. During our days at the camps, both of us had Yukon SUVs. There was this auto shop in Simi Valley he'd take me to, and we'd try to get them all pimped out. Then we had this very short-lived Sons of Anarchy dude phase. We both had motorcycles. He had this really sweet, tricked-out Big Bear chopper. And I did my best to keep up with my stock Harley Fat Boy. Shawn lived big. He had big dogs. He rode big waves and carved big mountains. It was a reflection of his big heart. His love for snowboarding was always evident since the camp days when he would hang pictures of pro snowboarders doing their thing on fresh pow-pow. We went on many trips to Mammoth. I even got to go to Nelson, Canada with him. Pat Fioron, Mike Urbano, Todd Garvey, and other close friends will never forget that trip. He was an insane snowboarder. So fast, yet so smooth. You can tell he was in his element. He just loved it. Shawn was a groomsman in my wedding in 2007. I was so happy to have him there. He'd show up at my kid's birthday party or barbecues or any special event we would host at our house with a smile that was contagious. My wife, Michelle, basically adopted him as her baby brother. Shawn had focus, drive, and major discipline, but he had a way of making things look effortless. He was charming and had this casual, at-ease vibe. He had confidence and a cheerful disposition. He seemed to have mastered that balance between being a leader and just being one of the guys. He really made his mark, and that is so apparent from the outpouring of support and love he received worldwide from the firefighters for Shawn Bear t-shirts and the F-Cancer wristbands. There's a big part of me that would like to block out his 2-year battle with cancer. I really don't want to remember him as being sick. But when I think about it, it was those times that we shared that meant the most in our friendship. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy." Shawn's true colors were tested throughout his battle. and he never faltered. Earlier this year, in March, I finally got a chance to take him to a Kings game. I was so excited. I wanted to make sure that everything went well. So I picked him up from his house in Simi Valley at about 3:30 in the afternoon. In the afternoon, I figured there'd be going to be some insane amount of LA traffic, but it was actually a straight shot to Staples Center, my luck. So there we are, 3 hours before the game even started. I know, I'm that kind of guy. And I'm thinking, now what? But with the great problem-solving skills us firefighters have, I said, Shawn, grab your paint pump, we're going to Hooters. So there he sat there and watched me drink beer and eat some tasty hot wings. At that time, he wasn't able to really drink or eat. And I'm thinking, I'm the worst friend ever. So then we walked back to Staples, and it still wasn't even open yet. And I'm thinking, this isn't going so well. So there we were, sitting in front of Staples, killing time, and here comes some young guy under the influence of who knows what, trying to sell us hot dogs in a plastic bag. Yeah, plastic bag, I don't know. Needless to say, we weren't interested, and I said, dude, just keep on walking. But he persisted, and he sat next to Shawn. Then it got ugly for a minute, and he decided that he wanted a piece of Shawn. Shawn's scrappy side came out, and he wouldn't back down. So here I am, trying to calm him down, and telling this hot dog vendor of sorts to get lost. Security eventually came and escorted the guy out of the area. At this point, I'm thinking, man, Shawn's having the worst time ever, and I'm the worst friend ever. The ship is sinking fast, and the game hasn't even started. Finally, we did make it into the game, and ended up having a great time. I know that Shawn was in so much pain, but I feel like he did it for me. He knew how much taking him to a Kings game would mean to me. That's the kind of friend he was. Even in the most painful moments, he puts the needs and wants of others over his own. I saw my friend put up a fight like no other that I've ever seen. His optimism, his thirst for life, gave him strength to fight on. But even the best of warriors meet their match. Cancer killed my friend. His memory will forever live in my heart, as it will in many of yours. So tomorrow when you show up to work, check out your gear, and get ready to serve the LA County fine citizens. Let's think of Shawn's love for the job, his exemplary professionalism that he demonstrates day in and day out. Let's emulate that spirit. I know I will. Until we meet again, Shawn.